was the last time you actually sat down and looked around, looked at your surroundings, looked at yourself? When was the last time you took a time to rest? When was the last time you took time to be present? So I think I'm gonna call this conversations with my higher selves, but it's going to be some sort of a breakthrough, apparently, because I've been guided lately to share these videos with you guys. Since I've been getting a lot of breakthroughs and getting a lot of channeled messages from my spirit guides and my angels, and lately they've been talking to me loudly. So basically, I want to talk to you guys about how often we go through life just being always active, always busy, always doing something, always filming a video, always writing, always scrolling on Instagram, always looking for YouTube videos, always doing something, looking for a way to keep busy, looking for a way to keep doing things, like we don't feel like we are enough. We don't feel like we are worthy if we're not being productive. How often do you feel that way? Like, how often does your mind tell you to, okay, now get up, go eat, get up, go make a dish, get up, do some kind of chore? I'm not telling you to not do your chores, whatever, but what I'm saying is that we're always trying to keep busy with life, busy with work, busy with friends. Okay, let's go out, distracted by things outside of ourselves and not really looking at ourselves, not really taking the time to acknowledge how far we've come in life, Like, if you think back on where you've been last year and when you are now, have you taken the time to look how far you've come? Like, babe, you've come so far. And to be quite frank with you guys, I've been going through it, I've been going through it as well. And what I'm trying to say here is that we are not taking enough time to sit with ourselves, to sit with our feelings, to let ourselves experience the present moment in its full capacity, like in its fullness. Experience all the way what it is like to be in the present moment without our mind trying to distract us by looking at the phone or wanting to do something or running up to the kitchen or like going to grab a snack or I don't know doing something, whatever it is, or like wanting to talk to somebody or opening WhatsApp or just distracting us by the external things. So when was the last time you actually sat down with yourself and took the time to acknowledge how far you've come? Took the time to acknowledge and sit and experience the present moment in its complete fullness. When was the last time you did that? We're so busy running around, really. And what I figured is that we spend our lives mostly doing everything, trying to do things, trying to achieve things, trying to do. Like, we spend most of our time doing, and we don't spend enough time just being, we don't spend enough time just being. And recently I came across a book that I read in my early adulthood, like I guess 8 years ago, around that time. It's called The Unbearable Lightness of Being by the author Haruko Murakami. It's a really good book, but it wasn't until today that it just hit me that our mind really keeps us busy, and it is sometimes very much unbearable to just sit down with our lightness, sit down and just be, you know? And those hits, I mean, they've been they've been coming, because right now what is happening currently in the energy and what is going on and the end of 2024 and what we're going through is the fact that we are closing off an 8-year cycle that started back in 2016. If you remember what happened back then, and if you go and look back on the past 8 years of your life and what are the patterns and the behaviors that you've been going through, what are the things that you've been repeating, the cycles that you've been repeating during those past 8 years. And one of those cycles for me is the inability to just sit still and just be with myself. And 2024 has been the year where I learned to do that. It wasn't until very recently that I actually started actively doing that, like on my calendar, booking time to just be. Even though I meditate and I do a lot of healing and I practice a lot of healing modalities and I try to be present in stillness every morning. It wasn't until very recently that I was capable of mastering the capacity or the ability to be where I am at. And that includes the ability to experience this, I want to say, interim between the old timeline and the new timeline, because 2024, especially this full moon in Gemini, and the past 12/12 portal that happened, they are literally closing the old timeline. And so by closing the old timeline, I mean we are releasing the old patterns that no longer serve us, that we no longer want to keep perpetuating in 2025, right? And so, yeah, this is what we're doing. We're releasing these patterns and cycles that we've been going through in the past 8 years. And we're going to put an end to it. We're not going to keep perpetuating in 2025. And what that means is that we are feeling like time has just stopped. We're feeling like we're stuck in this in between, and our mind tries to keep us busy because it's uncomfortable in the in between, right? It's uncomfortable in this space, in this time-space continuum between the old and the new, because right now is the most opportune time. It is the most valuable time for us to actually create and like really sit with ourselves and really take a deep look at who we are and what we want to achieve and what are our gifts, our you know, skills, our goals, you know, our patterns. Which ones are the ones that help us be successful, which ones we need to release. And this is the time where we need to get excited because we are completely starting from scratch. And I know it may be very uncomfortable to just sit still because we're looking out into the unknown, and we're going through a lot of ascension symptoms right now. The Schumann resonance is off the charts, and our sleep cycles are just all over the place. And quite frankly, we sometimes don't know where we're headed. You know, if you just lost a job, if you had to just let go of some friendships, some relationships, if you went through some things where you had to release a lot of things and start completely from scratch, this is the time. This is why. It's because we are crossing over to the new timeline, our higher timeline, where we are really aligned with our soul mission. And when we are aligned with our soul mission, is the time where we had to let go of all these things to make space for the creation of something completely new. So basically, it is important to take the time to try to embrace the uncomfortable, get out of our comfort zone, and embrace this unbearable lightness of being and just be. And in being, we discover who we truly are, and we discover our gifts, and we discover what we are truly meant to do, what we are here for, right? And this video will mostly resonate with everyone who is a starseed origin, or everyone who is on their own ascension path. I know I'm rambling a lot, but these are all the messages that have been coming to my awareness. And as we sit in this interim between the old timeline and the new timeline, we are very much uncomfortable. And however, even though we are uncomfortable, our consciousness is expanding and continues to expand. And as it does so, we are called to just embrace that and learn who we are, and learn what we are here to do, what our soul mission is, and go for it, and to actually embrace it, and to take the aligned actions that actually will take us further. So plan and take action, take the aligned action, and embrace your intuition, because your intuition will lead you to your next step. Okay, so if this resonates with you, feel free to subscribe and hit the like button if you'd like to receive my videos further. I love you guys. Till the next one. Bye.